Elon Musk preocupado por la seguridad de Nayib Bukele. Presidente Nayib Bukele reacciona ante las declaraciones de director del Departamento de Eficiencia Gubernamental de los Estados Unidos, Elon Musk, sobre la transformación en materia de seguridad por la que atraviesa El Salvador.
Hola amigos y seguidores de Alfa Producciones, pónganse cómodos porque hoy te traemos un material que de seguro te atrapará. Ya somos 1 millón de suscriptores en este canal y es gracias a ustedes. Somos el canal que desde el día 1 venimos informando todo lo que ocurre en El Salvador y con la llegada de Nayib Bukele a la presidencia. Déjanos tu me gusta para seguir creando contenidos, suscríbete para seguir creciendo y no te olvides de activar la campanita de notificaciones para recibir un nuevo video. Ahora sí, continuamos.
Elon Musk se mostró sorprendido que Nayib Bukele estuviera preocupado por su seguridad. Pusiste como a 100.000 matones asesinos en la cárcel sin morir, le dijo Elon a Bukele. Para Elon, Bukele debería estar aún más preocupado por su propia seguridad, después de erradicar a las pandillas más sanguinarias del planeta. No ha sido cualquier cosa lo que ha pasado en El Salvador, aunque se dice fácil, pero no lo es. El mandatario salvadoreño ha reaccionado a las declaraciones del magnate: podías contratar ninjas literales para protegerte y algunos ex-SEALS de la Marina. Hazlo, escribió el presidente Bukele. En los comentarios pudimos ver que Bukele responde que el cielo es el límite. Pac fue el que compartió el segmento de la entrevista a Elon Musk. Elon Musk recuerda el momento en que Nayib Bukele estaba preocupado por su seguridad. Recordatorio: el presidente Bukele encerró a todas las pandillas en El Salvador y lo convirtió en el país más seguro del hemisferio occidental. Ciertamente él también tenía un objetivo en la espalda.
I'm open to ideas for improving security, I have to tell you. I don't actually have a death wish, I think. But you know, it's not that easy. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I have I've had even people like President Bukele from El Salvador who managed to put in prison I don't know, 100,000 murderous thugs. And he was he called me. He's like, I'm worried about your security. I'm like, you're worried about my security? I'm like, what? Okay. That's you know.
I mean, yeah. Talk about guts to do that down there. I mean,
yeah, totally.
And survive.
I was like, how did you put all those thugs in prison without dying? Because it seems like that would have been not easy, you know.
Well, there's a.
Antes de continuar, quiero que sepan que estamos orgullosos de estar informando todo lo que ocurre en El Salvador. Nayib Bukele es un presidente ejemplar, visionario y por sobre todo honesto. Ha convertido a El Salvador completamente. Ahora solo se vive paz y tranquilidad. Démosle siempre nuestro apoyo para que pueda seguir convirtiendo a El Salvador en una potencia mundial. Seguimos con la información.
El CEPAC se llevó a cabo estos días y a diferencia del año anterior, no vimos la participación del presidente Nayib Bukele. Pero de igual forma, fue recordado por los que participaron. Líderes de diferentes países marcaron presencia. Pero, en la edición pasada el mandatario salvadoreño arrasó con su discurso.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Gracias, gracias. Thank you, thank you. Gracias, muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Let's have a seat. Thank you. Let's have a seat. Thank you. I love you too. Dear Matt and Mercy, thank you for the kind invitation to have me here at CPAC. It is truly an honor to be here just a few days after our presidential and legislative elections. Which, by the way, they pulverized the opposition.
Yes.
They say globalism comes to die at CPAC. I'm here to tell you that in El Salvador, it's already dead. But if you want globalism to die here too, you must be willing to unapologetically fight against everything and everyone that stands for it. Fight for your freedoms. Fight for your rights. The next president of the United States must not only win an election, he must have the vision, the will, and the courage to do whatever it takes. And above all, he must be able to identify the underlying forces that will conspire against him. These dark forces are already taking over your country. You may not see it yet, but it's already happening. You don't see it as clearly because people are designed to see linear changes, not exponential ones. We don't always recognize how fast a problem can multiply and spiral out of control. The problem is much like the metaphor of the boiling frog. Once the water boils, it's already too late. People fail to see these things. It's our nature. Just like the frog, people become complacent and they don't realize how bad things are getting until it's too late. While I know, of course, El Salvador is a lot smaller country, setting aside the differences, there's a similarity with what is happening here in the United States. We also had many apparently isolated problems in the 60s and the 70s, and we failed to realize as a country the severity of them until it became a civil war. By the time we reacted, it was already too late. We were already boiled like the frog. And it took us 50 years, 2 wars, 250,000 lives, and a third of our population displaced, and a near miracle to get our country back.
And you!
As your friend, I want to issue this warning so you don't make the same mistakes we did in the 60s and the 70s. It is not easy to pull yourself back once you're in boiling water. In fact, all the experts said it was impossible. And besides, you don't want to wait 50 years and maybe hope for a miracle to get out of hell. You can still jump before the water boils. Some might say I'm exaggerating, but we can clearly see the signs of a declining society because our own hit rock bottom decades ago. It's like when we see someone getting sick. First, it's maybe just stomachache, or a headache, or a small fever. But if you don't deal with the disease, it will only get worse, and then it may be too late. Winning the election isn't enough to solve these problems. They will not simply go away as a consequence of an electoral result. It would take a total re-engineering of the government top to bottom. It will entail making difficult decisions, like the ones we made in El Salvador since 2019 and they're already paying off. It will be hard. The system will push back, but you have the right to determine your own fate. Salvadorans did the same. The decision for the direction of our nation was ours, and it continues to be ours. We didn't tolerate being told what to do. In doing so, we did the unthinkable. Against all adversity, we transformed El Salvador from the most dangerous country in the world to the safest in the Western Hemisphere. Thank you. Thank you. We did it by defying the global elites. We told them no more. And that is my message to you. Put up the fight, because it is, in the end, it will be worth it. It has been for us. and you will have your country back. May God bless you. May God bless the people of the United States. May God bless El Salvador and the future of both our nations. Thank you very much.
Gracias a todos por mirar el video hasta el final, espero que te haya gustado y así puedas volver en un próximo video. Cada día estamos informando todo lo que ocurre en El Salvador, así que ya saben, esto ha sido todo por hoy, nos vemos en una próxima.